Hello, second graders, and welcome to another wonderful day of math. Mrs. Hagedorn here, and we are back on the math playground, and we are going to continue on into the second grade button like we have so many times. And as we go into the second grade button, we're going to come on down to our thinking blocks. Thinking blocks helps us, remember, work through how to set up and diagram those word problems. Those word problems aren't always easy, and it's a little tricky to figure out what is the word problem asking me to solve. So, thinking blocks is a way for us to help ourselves figure out what we know, what do we need to know, and then try to put those steps in order. This is a more difficult skill, second graders, but it's going to definitely be a skill you're going to need for third grade. So, please make sure you're really thinking while you're in thinking blocks. And today, once we get into thinking blocks, we're going to go off to the Space Race 3000.
Let's get started.
And we are going to be coming to compare three-step problems. So second row, third game in, compare three-step problems. And as you know, Mrs. Hagedorn likes to listen to the question first.
Karen rode 52 miles in a bike-a-thon. Nina rode 29 fewer miles than Karen, but 11 more miles than Derek. How many miles did they ride in all?
So the first thing I have to ask myself is, who rode the most miles? And when I look at this, it says Karen rode 52 miles in the bike-a-thon. Nina rode 29 fewer than Karen. That must mean Nina rode less than Karen, but 11 more than Derek. That means Derek must have rode less than Nina. So I'm going
Karen's
to put
miles.
Karen's miles.
Nina's miles. Derek's miles.
And then you can see the bars. This part isn't going to be so bad because you've already actually done this thinking of who has the most, who has the middle amount or the medium amount, and who has the least. All right, now we can start to assign our numbers to what we know. Karen rode 52 miles. I see 52. I'm going to put that by Karen. Nina rode 29 fewer miles than Karen. I don't know how much Nina rode, but I know it's 29 fewer than Karen. So there's that comparison piece. But Karen rode 11 more than Derek. I don't know how much Derek rode, but I know that it's 11 more. Look at this, friends. Lots and lots of unknowns. We don't know how many Nina rode, we don't know how many Derek rode, and we definitely don't know how much they rode all together. But we're on the right track. So now we kind of have to break it down. What do we know? We know that Karen rode 52 and Nina has 29 less. If I take Nina's 29 less to Karen's 52, if I count up from 29, remember, this is our 52 is our total between Nina's unknown and 29. So if I count up from 29, 1 makes 30, 20 more would make 50, and then 2 more. So I believe that is going to be here for Nina's miles 23. Then down here, I have to look. Nina's miles is going to be whatever Derek's miles are plus 11 more. So 23 minus 11, or 11 plus something, is 23. So I believe that one is going to be 12. Then over here, I have to figure out what their total miles are together. So I have to add 52, 23, and 12. Well, I know that 23 and 12 is 35, and 52 plus 35 is 87. And you may have noticed I was using a piece of paper because I can't do all of that in my head. 87, let's check. And then the question is, how many miles did they ride in all? And so we would do our 87 again, down there. This is just one of the many types of questions you're going to see on this video. Please really practice at least 5 of these before you start to do more story problems.